Hi guys, today's dollar deal is a set of styles called Icy Snow. These have styles and brushes to create a pretty unique sort of effect. This is not one of the styles where it takes on any color. This is a full-on overlay. So I have here, this is a 12 by 12 document, so I'm going to zoom in a bit so you can really get a feel. A little bit of a subtle effect with this set of styles, I'll be honest, but I really like the effect of it. The texture is really lovely. It is a 6 by 6 seamless tile texture that's used in the style, 300 ppi, of course. So I'm just going to go ahead and apply the first style. This is the harder style. It gives it more of an icy effect, as you can see there. It's very definitely icy looking. This one gives a much softer, more like a soft snow effect, and then the last one is really much more of an overlay. You probably can barely tell this one, but if I double click on it, if you turn off the satin on it, you'll be able to see a little bit more of the texture. Also remember in CS you can kind of move the texture around. This is a seamless texture. You could even scale it and maybe make it like 50%. Will also change the effect, but it has some really pretty purples and blues in there. It's a very pretty texture. All right, so that's the style without any sort of drop shadow. So let's go ahead and add a drop shadow to it, because typically we are using drop shadows on our layers. What have I done with my drop shadows? There they are. Where have they all gone? So now I just want to show you with the drop shadows a little bit what it looks like. So here, January, again, a softer effect. And this one, again, is more of just an overlay effect. Still very pretty, but maybe looks a bit better on elements that might have a little bit more bulk. So for example, I'm just creating a circle here. You can see there, as I do that, you can see much more of what that style is. You see a little bit of the icy snowiness. This one has the bevel to make it appear like a kind of a soft snow, and this again does like a hardened sort of effect. They all use the same texture. It's seamless. I think I already said 6 by 6 seamless texture. All right, this set also comes with a set of brushes. I have 2 brushes, and so what I'm going to do, these aren't typically, this isn't a set of brushes that's like a really tight brush. This is like a shimmery brush that it just kind of really adds a very like sparkly, almost ethereal, I think, kind of effect. So I'm just going to go ahead and choose one of the brushes. I have the text here. You could either create a path or just, you know, draw with the brush, and you'll see kind of what this guy does. So as I'm kind of just spraying over him, and especially the tail, why not? Whee! So it adds this little sparkly sort of effect, but I wouldn't want to drop shadow on those styles personally, or that brush, so I would just, you know, use it as an overlay. And once I even did that, you could either apply a style, one of the styles, or not. Maybe even play around with some of the blending modes. I'm going to rasterize this, and I'm going to try vivid light just to see what it's going to look like, and then play with the fill of it, or the opacity of it. You can see there it kind of gives different little brightening effects. You can also duplicate the layer if you want it to be a little more pronounced, like that, a little more opaque, but you see there how that does. It's a really pretty little effect. The other one, let me go ahead and just do a regular sort of brush stroke. So that's the first one, and the second one I think is a little tighter. Yeah, a little tighter, but still kind of spread out sparkly. I don't know why I love these brushes so much, but I think they're very pretty, create a very pretty sort of effect. So I'm going to do where I said where you can create a path. So I'm just right clicking on my text. I don't think you can do this PSE, but I know you can do this in CSCC. So I'm going to go ahead, right click and choose create work path. Now I'm going to create a layer over this. So this is where that stroked path, it's going to have its own layer, and I'm going to go over here to paths. Remember, we just created the work path. So again, I'm just going to double check I have the new layer selected. Over here I have the path selected. Got to go to this little drop down and stroke path. Make sure I have the brush chosen. And you can see there it just stroked along the path. Might look a little messy currently, but like I said, this is a fun one to go ahead and play with your blending mode. So I'm going to apply style to it, and then I'm also going to play with the blending mode with it. Let's change it to maybe a linear light, and I'm going to turn down the opacity a bit, and it just kind of gives a little bit of a I don't know, just a little bit of a glimmer. A glimmer. Let's change this to the icy one. I really like the icy one like that. So if that doesn't convey a frosty January, I don't know what does. So that's today's styles. $1. It's snowy, and I think it's worth it just for the brushes because they really are quite lovely. Also, if you've never played around with brushes, don't be afraid to go into your brush settings and just finagle a little bit and see how it turns out. You never know. You never know. So that's it for me today. You guys have fun and have a lovely Monday. Bye-bye.